Um, so we talked about passes. We talked about Don Garlits. Any road hazards? You know, the Nova tore up the front on a deer. Anybody get close
Yeah.
to hitting
Yeah.
anything?
Those huge like traffic plastic traffic dividers that look like 55-gallon drums. One fell right in front of us, and we smashed right into it. And I thought for
Oh,
sure we had broken something, but nope, everything was fine. Apparently,
wow.
77 old trucks just love to hit things, and
Yeah, yeah.
nothing broke.
I say it all the time. Old trucks don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah. I thought for sure we had smashed something on the front. We pulled over. Literally, there's nothing wrong with it.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Where did it fall from? Like from a truck, or did it just blow
no,
over?
Yeah, it blew over. We were going through that construction zone on our way to Old Town, and a semi was right in front of us, and he either clipped it or just the wind from it blew it over, but it rolled right in front of us, and there was a car next to us. I remember looking at my dad and like, we're about to hit this cone. Just smashed right into it doing 70, and we was perfectly fine.
That's awesome.
I think the worst for me was when I drove my truck up on the little rhino ramps at the hotel trying to fix it. And I backed off and I ripped the whole front valance off.
Oh,
I
damn.
was like, I ripped it off in my backyard before, so it's just zip tied on. So it's just a quick release. But I was like,
quick release.
It's like 8 in the morning and I'm trying to strap this thing back on. I'm like, I fucking hate this truck sometimes. It's too low. But other than that, I mean, it actually rode better with the bed completely loaded with everything. Like it didn't bottom out. Usually it scrapes the frame on everything when we're going anywhere.
See, our truck rode better with everything in the bed, but with the independent rear suspension and how wide the street tires were, it was rubbing the inner fender like a lot. Like our back right tire, I would not feel comfortable driving on anymore. It's the inside of the tread is completely destroyed.
Dude, you should have come to. I think we had a grinder. You could have just whipped them things right off.
I almost did. I smashed that inside. Every time I took it off to put the drag slicks on, I had a ball peen hammer, and I would just smash the inside of the fender even more. Yeah, just a little bit more every time, and it still never really fixed it. Yep. But I'm gonna tub it. It's gonna be tubbed in like a week. So.
Oh, nice.
That's
the wrong direction, though, right? Like, are you going?
No,
you going in?
It was the inside. No, it was the inside that was rubbing. The outside didn't rub. The outside was fine, but the inside is what was rubbing. Because like the wheel was like just perfect enough to where it would hit the top of the wheel tub when everything was loaded in the bed, and it was make it squat. That's when it would hit that little spot right there, and it absolutely destroyed the back right tire. Like a $300 Nitto tire is now wrecked.
Dang. You hear that, Nitto? He needs some new tires. Let's sponsor this dude.
So I have Nittos on all my vehicles. Please call me.
Right. That's right. What were you gonna say, Robbie?
One of those roads we were on, man, there was like a bunch of like little rocks and stuff on it. And again, moral of the story, I had no idea where we were at. It all runs together. But wound up getting a rock chip in the windshield. Other than that, I mean, it, they really didn't run into a whole lot of stuff. But
there was one road. It had like it wasn't like rocks. It was like the concrete had or the asphalt had like bubbled or something. You should be driving along and be like blah blah blah.
I would imagine in that thing too, probably like it gets magnified.
Oh yeah. There's about 1.5 inches of suspension travel on that thing. So with my 220-pound ass on the other side, there was probably about a 1/2 inch, and it was feeling it. We had all the stuff loaded in the back seat, even though we had a trailer. We just needed a bigger trailer. I think that's what it is. Moral of that story.
I know when we after we drove through Daytona, like you would have thought I took like a 50-pound bag of play sand and just like dumped it all inside the engine bay. I had so much sand under the hood of my truck.
Everything.
And I'm like, what happened? Like, and honestly, I don't even think we noticed it until we got to South Georgia, whatever the next track was. So I was like, I opened up the hood and I was like, oh my God. Like literally spent like 30 minutes just like wiping sand out of everywhere. I couldn't believe it. So
my roll pan caught all that sand. And when they were saying to clean it out, I was sitting there in the staging lane just going like this. And it was just, I was like, oh my God, people are probably, look at this asshole making this shit all over here. I was like,
we tried to drive on the beach, but like I guess we waited too late. In fact, Michael was behind us when we did it.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you guys were doing.
Yeah, we pulled in and like I'm calling Chuck. I was like, dude, like everybody's going on the beach. We got to go on the beach, So So we got to like right in the heart of Daytona Beach. So we pulled over. I think it was like one of the last ramps, and it was like a 4-wheel drive only ramp. And I was like, like that would have been so cool to have like the freaking Cadillac out there and the Trailblazer. Like I said, Michael was behind it. Like to have all those cars out there would have been really, really cool. And the little lady that ran the booth, she was like, I probably wouldn't go out there. So I was like 10-4. She was super nice. So we freaking jumped back in the truck and kept on rolling. But yeah, man. I mean, God, looking back now, you would have thought I drove on the beach with all the sand under the hood. So
yeah, we skipped that because we were like, it's not a chance. We drove right by, like there was people taking pictures at the Daytona Beach sign. We were like, oh man, we just kept on going because, dude, we were running with Reggie and Jason and Hot Rod Dave, and those guys move out. You know, we were like, we're so you know when you end up in a when you end up in a pack, like you got to hang out in the pack, man. So like whoever's at front, they're setting the pace. And Jason doesn't mess around, and Reggie doesn't mess around. That car moves.
If we do a similar route, I got there's like 6 or 7 places I would love to stop at. Like one was the Daytona Beach sign.
Oh, sorry. And Scott was in that list too.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, Scott. In Pumpkin in the orange Corvette, C3 Corvette. Red Hat's back on. Sorry. Here we go.
There he is.
My man.
Scotty did better.
Yeah. Did y'all drive on the beach?
No, we stopped right underneath the Daytona Beach sign, and then I walked to the beach because I was worried about the 9 pounds of sand coming off the beach. I got a lot of rust holes in my car. Take it all in.
You'd have been wearing it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I found out, I did a Wildwood over here, and with like my tires, I got 325s in the back. They're just like the balloon tires you put on the carts. I mean, the thing drove great. The guy was like, "Can you make it on the beach?" And I was like, "I'm gonna try." I remember coming to the boardwalk and scraping the boardwalk with the frame, and it just went fine. We were gonna do it. I know James did it. He got some cool pictures, but I think we were just in a rush the first couple days. And if I do it again, I wouldn't. I'd be hanging out a little more.
Yeah, I think we'll have a plan. We'll have made more passes on the car next time, and kind of know what to expect, and have like we'll probably one and done most of the stuff next time to get on the road, and we won't wait 3 or 4 hours unless we're talking to people. We pulled out. We were going to pull out once or twice at least, and then circled back around and parked and hung out some more. So that's the hard part. It's like how do you. Where do you cut off it? Like, okay, we've got to get on the road.
Yeah, I mean that's the best part about it is talking to people. I mean, when we were going to that park you guys were talking about with the oak tree, I was following Steve Morris and who is the guy with the Pro Mod Camaro, the black 5th gen, really nice guy. Was it Carl maybe?
Clark.
Yeah, that dude's super nice. I met him at Roadkill. Yep, I met him at Roadkill Nights. He's super nice guy. So we're following them. I'm like, we're following. Look at this. There's like 7,000 horsepower in front of us.
That's awesome.
And Steve actually did use one of my channel locks, so I'm going to frame that.
There you go.
He has touched this.
Yeah, I was like,
dude, honestly, I would say that was probably one of the highlights of my week was getting to talk to Steve Morris because he was literally the nicest person to talk to, and he would talk to you. He would just chat you up. You talk to him about his car and everything, and he was the greatest guy.
That car was beautiful.
That car
was incredible. So cool. It was so cool, and like he would come past you, and you would see the car, and it's a wagon, and so like he's driving, but he's sitting in where the back seat is. Man, that had to trip people out every time he passed people.
He's got like a zip code worth of hood in front of him.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Is it? I guess at that point, is it like Pro Mod length? I don't know. I mean, is it?
I think his wheelbase was. I think it was right around like what a Pro Mod typically is.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like deceiving in that.
Like that.
Yeah, it's deceiving in that vehicle. I mean, like on a Pro Mod, I mean that's like how you sit, like the seats against the tub. But it like in that car, like they're so long. Like it's that's
it
what
was
you
crazy.
end up with. Yeah.
We I'm a little sad I didn't spend more time with that level of guy. I was trying to talk to so many different people, that were kind of in that folks that don't get all the media coverage all the time. So I wish I had spent a little more time. But he seemed super nice. I passed him a couple of times, and then who was the other person? I don't know. There was somebody else. Joe Barry seemed like he was having a really good time.
Joe Barry's also was very nice to talk to.
Yeah,
that's a two-tone car. Awesome. What color is the two-tone? It's orange and white or orange and gray?
Yeah,
orange and white.
Okay, it's like the orange and gray car.
Cream, technically.
Yeah, the orange and gray car we stopped by because they were having issues with their alternator and water pump. Yeah, super nice guy. We were trying to help them, but yeah, they were really cool. I mean, everybody was so nice.
Yeah,
that was the coolest part, was talking to people.
Yeah. No doubt.
And literally, I mean, anybody like you. I rode in the elevator like an idiot. I rode down. Didn't recognize it was Alex Corella. I'm riding in the elevator with, and I was like, "Oh man, what are you driving this way?" He's like, "Oh, a Fox body." I'm like, "Oh man, cool, yeah." We like get down, we walk out to the car. I'm like, "Oh, this Fox body, Fox body is the one you're driving,
Mr.
Like,
850."
Yeah. Like, oh my god, oh, what day is it?
It's like, yeah, and literally, it's like anybody, like what was it? Gainesville. Uncle Chet walked up and just started talking to us about our truck and literally talked to us for like an hour and a half and was telling us stupid stories about making bets with Cletus the whole time. We just walked up and started talking to you.
That's like
cool.
When we were in the staging lanes, I saw James from Cletus. He was eyeing the truck up, and I was talking to him for a minute. And then the last day, George walked over. LS George, super nice guy, like awesome as hell.
Dude, that guy lives the life. I'm telling you, that guy has fun.
Oh my god.